Hello folks, welcome to the channel Jose. Today we're going to show you, give you an idea how to expose the area where the drain point right by the wiper. So we're going to remove the plastic, so in case you need to clean that area, any leaves or any debris that has fallen in there, so how to take the plastic off so you can clean that area and how much you can expose by removing the plastic. And with that said, let's get started. This is going to help the quality of air that is going into your cab, because most of the cars that are made in the older times, they were not equipped with the cabin filter. So today's days, most of the newer cars, they are equipped with the cabin filter, so all the air that comes from the outside and goes through those ducts, all that debris and dust that it was going to make it to inside of the cab is filtered and is get caught into this filter. So that's why it's good to clean those ducts. If you don't do that and if you don't have a filter in your car because it's not equipped with it, what can happen is that all that trash that is inside those ducts or that drain points is going to start slowly making it through the ducts where the fan is sucking the air into the cab, and instead of that debris getting caught on a filter, because there's no filter in the cab, is gonna get stuck in the fins or the heater core or the condenser of the AC, so it's gonna start clogging it and you're gonna start having problems about air circulation or even bad odors on your car. That's why it's good to once in a while verify if there's any debris in there, to clean and vacuum all that out, so then you can prolong the life on the heater core and the AC condenser. And to start this process, what I recommend is that you start taking your windshield wiper blades, the whole arm, so we have to uncover it and then remove it, but there's a nut that secures it, and then we're gonna have to remove it. But you want to make sure in the angle that they're sitting, so when you want to put them back on, you want to put them at about the same exact angle that you had them, because they work with gears. There's a guide, but there's the gear, so you can adjust the pitch of it. So we're gonna uncover it, take the nut off, and then take both of them so we can continue with the process. So we start with the windshield wipers arms and take them off. So for us to remove the windshield wiper arm from all the way from the motor or about the motor, we have to remove this cap right here, and then we just pop it up, and then we can remove the nut. And there's one for the driver's side and one for the passenger side, so we'll show you what we mean by that. So with a small flathead screwdriver, we can pop the cover. So now that we have removed the covers for those nuts, they're 12 millimeters, and that's how you're gonna take them off with a 12 millimeter socket. So we just want to expose a trick. That P is for passenger on that passenger side, and for the driver's side has a D right here. You see that? That's a D for driver. So that way you don't mistaken the blades, because that one has a small curve to it and this one is a straight. So you want to make sure that when you take them off, in case you lose the track of which one was on which side, the passenger has a P on it right there, and the driver's side has a D on it. So D, the driver, passenger. So now we take those two 12 millimeter nuts off so we can remove the arms. So now that we have taken the nut for this one and the nut for that one, we can lift the blade and then we can work it out and pull it out. Remember about the distance that they are in, so when you're putting it in, they're matching the same, almost the same where you took him out. So now we take him out. For passenger side, what we can do is we can lower our hood so we can start taking that one out easier. So now that we have taken out our wiper blades all the way from the gears or from the motor, kind of closer to the motor, what we can do is we can take this little plastic cover off, and there's one on the other side, and we can expose 2 Phillips screws. So we take those out now. We take the passenger side off, and then we go get the driver's side off. So now that we have removed those two covers for the two Phillips screws at the ends, we're gonna have to remove 9 screws, Phillips screws that are holding this plastic down. So we're gonna remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we do that so we can start removing this plastic cover off so we can expose the ducts. So now that we have taken all the screws out, we have a loose So now that we have removed our plastic, we're going to show you that these tabs or these points right here that attaches to this plastic, so it just locks in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and there's the plastic has a guide, or those plastics go right next to it, and then once you pop him, and then you can push it back in. So now that we have taken off of plastic, we can vacuum in there and clean all that debris so it doesn't go into the cab. For this job, we're going to be using our Milwaukee M18 battery pack vacuum, and then we're going to be vacuuming all the leaves off because we live right next to trees, so that debris has been accumulating. So we're going to be using our vacuum to extract it. So now that we got this exposed, we're going to show you how those wiper blades arms work. So here we have the wiper blades being working or put at work by the arms on the bottom. This is the passenger side and this is the driver's side. So this is the wiper blade motor, and it's connected by this shaft right here through the firewall, and then it goes this way, connects to this right there, and then it goes into the driver's side. So it's just a bunch of rods, but this is the motor. And check out what happens if we disconnect this plug from this motor, what happens to the wiper blades arms and all the mechanism. So now you clean the air ducts or the areas in the low points of this area, and you check your all the rods and everything that looks fine for the wiper blades. And in case one of them is not working and you want to know why, you can uncover this, and this is the area where you can get to them, and you can even remove the mechanism for the wiper. So if in case it's broken, this is the way you can do that. So you have to remove this plastic. But now we have cleaned, so we can start putting everything back on. So when you're putting this plastic back on, what you can do is you can fit that one end in first, and then you can fold it upwards a little bit and feed the other end And then once you do that, you can start guiding the holes or the screws. And once you get the screws lined up, that means that the pins are lined up and you can start pushing them in. But we have to make sure that we have lined up these before you can start pushing the pins into those rivets, because otherwise if they're not lined up, you'll break them. So now what we have is we put this big Phillips screw into the driver's side, tying it down, and once we do that, then we put the cover plastic that we took off from it, and so that it covers that screw. And then we do that one to the passenger side as well. So now we put the 7 Phillips screws that go in the middle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that way we can start putting the wiper blades leg with everything, the arms on, so we can get back to normal. So one advice I can give you is that when you have a lot of screws to put on, don't carry them all in your hand. Do one by one, because if you carry all of them, and by putting one, the other ones will fall off and they end up in spaces that you don't want them. So now you got to take stuff off so you can get to those screws and take them out and then start putting back everything. So do one at a time. So at this moment we have put every single screw on, and then what we have left is to put the arms for the wiper blade, and then we can put the driver's side or the passenger side, whatever is easier for you. So we put them right up at the level where they need to sit on the glass, so when they actually work, so they can work properly. So we're gonna start with the driver's side. So for us to put the passenger side on, we're gonna lower our hood down so it's easier to work with it. So all we have left is just to put this plastic right on top of it, so it just covers the nut so it doesn't get rusted as well. It helps to prevent rust, but the main point is so it's not exposed and you can see it. So this, we just put it on top of it, press it, hit it a little bit, and it should lock in there. Well folks, hopefully this video was informative and helpful. So in case you have a bad smell in the cab on your Toyota and you want to find out why, you might want to clean this area as well, and there might be debris and something that is not supposed to be in there. And also you can, this is the access to the wiper blades, bottom gears and all that good stuff, so in case you need to work on them or replace them or fix them. So with that said, for our folks who are watching our video and haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like our video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here en el canal El Chano José.